Hello everyone. Today we'll be reviewing the Declasse Impaler SZ based on the Chevrolet Impala SS, produced between 1994 to 1996. It also shares some elements from the 1991 to 1996 Chevrolet Caprice, which shares a similar body style. Anyway, to win this car, all you have to do is place top 3 for 2 days in a row and the LS Car Meet Series race, street races. But with that stuff out of the way, the customization is pretty good. I really have nothing to complain about here. I feel like they did a really good job with this car. You can remove some body, some bits of the car. I mean, you can really make this a drag car. You can make this a luxury, a grandpa style car. It was also kind of known as that. It was also a detective vehicle. It was used by the police as well. Or you can just stick to the traditional SS Impala build, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make this look very custom. I appreciate how it comes with a two-tone, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Um, and now that I'm caught up with the customization here, the exhaust, I mean, these are pretty good options. I personally like the stock exhaust. If I was going for like a regular, a regular build, I would have stuck with the first option, but since I'm doing something custom here, I feel like the big bore exhaust fits this car very well. For the front diffuser here, you can add some canards and a tow hitch in the front, which is pretty cool to see. You even have an extended carbon splitter right there, and you have a version with canards. This is cool how it gives you an option to have, you know, all of the options combined or separate, depending on what you want, or if you want all of them, that's pretty cool to have as well. For the grills, um, I don't know, like I like these grill options a lot. It was a bit hard to decide, to be honest with you. I feel like the painted grill looks good for what I'm going for here, since I'm doing a muscle build. So I'm just gonna delete some of the extra chrome. You have your usual headlight tints, but I'm not going to do that. For the hoods, now this is pretty cool. Some of the hood options come with dials built in, which is pretty unique. Uh, but I'll get to that option in a bit. The rest of these are pretty accurate to what you'd see on the custom car, on aftermarket customizations that people would do. The second to the last option is the only one that comes with dials. So earlier I misspoke, uh, if I remember correctly what I said. But anyway, what I want to go for is a lifted hood. It's a bit more subtle than the rest of these. I just like how it's not too lifted. It's just perfect. As you can see right here, you can tell it's custom, but it's still tasteful. Anyway, for the liveries, these are pretty well done. These are high resolution. Most of these are just based on drag car liveries. The first one is more for a lowrider, but the rest of these are just custom liveries for races, for drag style builds. I'm not sure if I want to go for any of these yet, but I'll see. I'll go with the process and see what works with what I'm going to go for. But yeah, I mean, these are pretty good. If you're interested in this portion of the video or not, you can skip about a minute. I'm sure there's probably some of you that probably don't care much about these liveries. Uh, but personally, I do. I just really like them. The red halftone looks pretty nice. I'm not really a big fan of the Jackal. However, it is very pleasing to look at with the sponsors. But it's not going to work with what I'm going to go for. Uh, so, anyway, I'm just going to show you through these liveries without missing any details. And then once I'm done here, I'm going to see what I can do to make this more of a muscle build. Since, of course, the SS is, a muscle sedan. The Drag Killer livery is pretty fun. Pretty funny to look at, too. I'm sure this would be a real eye catcher. especially if you attend car meets and stuff like that. I may or may not come back to these, but I'll see. For the plates, I'm gonna put on a California plate from the 90s. Back then, the plates were blue. I believe they were blue and yellow. So I'm gonna go for that. For the diffuser, now these are really crazy. I'm not gonna choose any of these to be honest with you, but I'll just show you through these options. Now it all depends on who you are and just what type of build you want to go for. If you want to do something that's very out there, then these are perfect for you. The last one is perfect for a drag style build. I'm sure plenty of you are gonna choose this one, but me personally, I don't like it. I'm just gonna keep it on. Since this does have a two-tone, I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm gonna put a black as a primary, and for the secondary, I'm gonna put like a red. I'm not sure what type of red, but I'll see. I feel like the standard red is a bit too bright. The sunset red is probably too dark. The cabernet red is also a bit too dark. I'm not sure how I feel about it. The sunset red, maybe the garnet red. I'm not sure yet. I might be going back and forth a little bit here, but I'll speed it up as quick as possible, to, to not bore you here. I might go for a garnet red for now. Something that's not too dark, not too light, something in the middle. So you know what? I'm just gonna go for that for right now. And the sun strips, you have your usual sun strip options here. Nothing really unique about these. They don't come with any sponsors on them. For the spoilers, I really love the low level lid. That one fits this car very well. It looks very nice on this. The ductile wing, that's decent. If you're going for like a stock car type of build, the sport wing also works as well. The track wing, of course, it depends on who you are. If you want to do something fun, this is what it's all about, right? Just having fun. But me, I really like to keep it simple, so I'm just gonna go with the first option. For the suspension, you can get this pretty low, but I feel like the stock option is perfect. But for what I'm going for, I might lower it down all the way to the competition. Since this is a custom build, it's supposed to be aftermarket. For the wheels, I'm gonna put muscle wheels, of course. But I guess I'll see which ones look the best in this car. The Dukes look pretty good. The Muscle Freaks look pretty good as well. A lot of these could just work very well with a car. It just depends on you and your style. The stock ones, personally, they look very good on this car. But for the video purposes, I'm just gonna choose something else. I may or may not paint it. You know what? I'll just leave it alloy for now because it looks better. That's more contrast. So does the tire lettering, so I'm just gonna put that on as well. I'm gonna do the usual bulletproofing here as well for the tires. I have to, and you'll probably do too if you play in public sessions a lot. I'm also gonna show you the window tints here real quick before I exit the garage and show you the rest of the car up close. Um, so here, I mean, you can go for that usual open look, a light tint, dark tint, limo tint. But for me, I feel like it would be better if I just do not put any tint on for now. Detail is great and texture quality is decent. As you can see, the car shines in the engine bay. The engine model is very well done. It's not the most realistic, but it's pretty up there in terms of quality and just design. There are some lower 2D texture models, but I'm sure you guys could overlook that. The interior model, it isn't the highest textural quality, but the design fits the car very well from this age or this era. The trunk model isn't good either. It's pretty bad, but I'm sure many of you can overlook that as well. But overall, this car is still pretty solid. I like it. Speed and handling are decent. This handles exactly how you would expect an Impala SS to handle. It really feels like a large, heavy sedan. That's the best I could describe it. I really hope this doesn't really ruin the driving experience for you guys, or if you're interested in getting this car, or if you want to win it for free, depending on what week you're watching this. But me personally, I don't mind it. As I said, it is pretty heavy, especially when you go around corners. You can really feel that. And the speed isn't really the highest. You know what? It's not a big deal. I still like the way this car performs and handles. It's not competitive. Don't expect this car to, keep up with a Dominator ASP, for example, or um, a Dominator GT or whatever you call it. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Stay tuned for more if you're interested. And as always, thanks for watching.